what is cyber criminal ecosystem? So if you have understand the threat and motive, I'm going to talk about how these criminals behind the scene works. Okay. Anyone guess what is the economic crimes in the world? Can you guess? Maybe you can use your chat box. How much dollars is this economy? Like 10 million, 1 million, 100 million. Can you give a wild guess? Can you use your chat box to type? The cyber crime is now one of the top 4 economic crimes in the world. I'm asking, can you quantify? Sir, it will be around 10 million or 1 million, 1 crore, 10 crore. Can you give a guess and can you use your chat box to type? Just want to see your, how many of you answering this. Just give a wild guess. 130 billion. Okay. Someone else, can you guess? Infinity. 120 billion. Not quantified. 5 billion. Very good. Good guess. Not possible to quantify. Great. So I'll be revealing this information. You'll be shocked to know it's not 1 billion, 10 billion, and 100 billion. It is almost 2 trillion. How much? 2 trillion, not Indian rupees, $2 trillion. That's in 2019. Cybercrime. This is the market. So how it happens? Let us understand. If somebody has to create a malware or a virus, or a worm, how many of you know ransomware? All of you, am I right? Because they use and they encrypt your hard disk. If you want to decrypt, you have to pay. Then only they will be able to back up your data, retrieve your data. Ransomware attack. Recently, there was so much attack on Facebook. Even all the Indian banks were attacked in the last year. There were almost, they are saying, millions of credit card and debit card information were available for sales in the dark web. How it's happening? Let us understand. We call it as a criminal organizations. What they do, the first thing is crimeware producers. I think you are able to see my mouse. So there are exploits, social platform, mobile. What they do development of malwares and worms. It's industry. They create a source code and then they license it in the organization. Criminal organizations are available where they sell this code so that they package it. Okay, they use it like a fake AV. For example, you are downloading, let us say, Symantec or any other antivirus, let us say. But if you are not having license, what will happen? You will go and search in a Google. I want to download an antivirus. I want to protect my laptop or mobile. Maybe you download an antivirus, but it is not the original one. It is a fake one. So these guys, like they work on an affiliate program and try to, create something, a fake antivirus. So if you are not buying from the actual vendor, like Microsoft or Symantec or any other vendor or any other vendor, maybe sometime there is a highest possibility that you are installing a fake antivirus. So what do you mean by fake antivirus? If you install, they can easily know what you are doing in your computer, what you are doing in the laptop. All the information, one copy is sent to the hackers. So they know where you are going, what you are doing in your computers. So it becomes easy for them, right? And there is another organization called Crime Service Enabler. They work as a botnet. They host the software in the internet so that they can do something called DDoS attack. They do something called Trojan horse. Right? There are people working to consult how to steal information. So who is at the end affected? Victims. Who are the victims? Banks, data, digital real estate. We are the victims at the end of the day. So this is how the entire cyber criminal ecosystem works. It's a complete business. We call it as a mafia. Am I right? We used to call in movies, the gundas, right? underground web. So there is the same way, there is something called dark web. You go and search in the internet, something called dark web. They do all the business under the dark web. They create coding, they license it, they consult it, and they attack the people. So it's a complete cyber criminal ecosystem. And each and every one of us, we should be aware about what's happening behind the scene. If we want to protect ourselves, if I want to protect myself, I should know who is my enemy. Am I right? So if you are on the internet, you should know who is your enemy. If you don't know, you will become a victim. Am I right? So that's what this session all about. This is what I'm trying to educate you. Okay. So let us understand. Initially, it was okay. We were using, in home, 128 kbps line, 256 kbps line, something like this. But now everybody is having what? 4G, 5G. All the data is where it is available. I'm doing a class now. At the same time, I'm recording the class. Can you guess where the recording is available? Where? It is not available in my laptop. All my recording is available where? Cloud, exactly. All right. How many of you know about IoT? Initially, we were only thinking about my mobile is connected to internet, my laptop is connected to internet. Am I right? But with Internet of Things, everything is connected. Your fridge, washing machine, am I right? Your power electricity meter, your water, your water system to the city, everything is connected to the internet now. So you understand the danger of exposure. It is not only laptop and mobile. No, in your home, how many of you know about smart home, smart city? Indian government is doing in major cities, smart cities. Am I right? So where that electricity will be turned on automatically. There will be a automated, billing system. There will be automated, water system. The street lights will go on and off based on the sunlight. So all of them are automated. Am I right? Smart cities. So IoT is exposing. And you have now 1G, 2G, 4G, 5G now you have internet. Am I right? So what is the danger because of that? What's happening? In 2020 only they estimated not 1 million, 2 million, 30 billion things are connected to the internet. 30 billion. Your machines, your automation system, your machineries, everything is connected now. So what is the impact? Recently, almost a couple of years back, they attacked Ukraine utility attack. They brought down the entire Ukraine national electricity grid. That means what? There is no power to the country. How does it happen? Because the electricity, the power plant is now working on SCADA. SCADA is using IoT. IoT is connected to the internet. So the hackers get into the network, they shut down the entire power plant. Can you imagine that? It's not only your laptop and mobile, they can even bring down the entire national grid. Not only that, if it happens to the atomic plant, what will happen? It's very dangerous. Am I right? It happened in another place, hydroelectric power station in USA. This is the picture I'm showing before the incident. After the incident, this is the picture. Can you see the difference? You cannot even imagine this is the same place. It looks like somebody has bombed. Am I right? Some country has used a missile to attack. I'm sorry. If you think that it is a missile attack, it is not so. It's a cyber security attack. Can you believe that? It's a cyber security attack. What happened? They shut down the pressure valve, which has to supply, the oil. So once the pressure is mounted, because they shut down the valve remotely using SCADA system, they hacked into the SCADA system, get into the power plant, the hydroelectric power station, they shut down. So what happened? Because the pressure built up, and it got blasted. So this is the danger we are living in. Okay, this is just example. Okay, okay, fine, sir. You are talking about power plant. You are talking about electricity. What happened to us? What happens to us as a normal user? Can anyone tell who is this guy? Can anyone tell? Give a guess. Who is this person? The picture I showed. Can anyone talk about him? What is his name? The name is here. Huh? Scott Morrison. Please use your chat box. I want this session to be interactive. Okay. Please use your chat box. Who is the guy? Australian PM. Exactly. Australian Prime Minister. Scott Morrison. Okay. I'm giving only one example to show the danger of cybersecurity. Okay. What happened to him? It happened only last month, not long ago. Only last month. What happened in his Apple Mac Pro? He had a Mac laptop. There was a message. He's saying, warning, without antivirus, your system is at high risk. There is a pop-up message. It said to him, there is a outdated system. Please download. To whom? Australian Prime Minister laptop. It was there. He just clicked that download button. What happened? Boom. That's it. His system was hacked. Whose system? Australian Prime Minister. Imagine how much security has. The entire cyber security, national security is protecting the Prime Minister of Australia, but still he has been exposed to the cyber attack. So what happened to that? The moment he is exposed, not only his data was stolen, the entire government system is stolen. There are so many government agencies, information were exposed in the internet. So he came and given a national emergency briefing 1 month back. It happened just 1 month back. Can you imagine? This is the problem. So I will share this link, YouTube, and go to the URL. You will find yourself. What is the danger there he has faced. So if it happens to an Australian Prime Minister who is secured, who is having all the cybersecurity force, military power, military might, even billions of dollars, if it happens to him, what about you and me? Do you think we are secure? Please answer this question. Please answer this question. Do you feel you are secured in the internet? Please, I want to hear from you. If it happens to Australian Prime Minister, what's about us? What's about the principal? What's about the company manager? What's about to the family, father, mother, children? It's not secured. Exactly. So nothing is 100% secured. That's the first thumb rule in cybersecurity. That's what I teach everyone. There is nothing like 100% secured. Even you put an antivirus, even you put firewalls, even you are protected with so many defense mechanism, still you can be hacked. Who is an example? Australian Prime Minister example. I am not telling, the newspaper is telling. Go and refer 1 month back. News 7 News, Australian major newspaper is telling. Okay, sir, you are making us afraid. Don't worry, I'm going to give you tips how to remain safe in the internet. That is my session. Before coming to the session, I'm trying to create a stage where you feel the importance of this session. Are you ready now? Are you interested to know how to protect myself, my company, my college, my family, my son, my daughter? Right? We are worried because with COVID-19, everybody is connected to the internet, virtual classroom. Recently, 2 months back, the same Zoom application was hacked. Hackers attacked in Singapore when, like this, there is an online class happening in one of the school. The hackers attacked. What did they do? They created unwanted images to the students. The entire school was shocked to see such images because it was hacked. Then immediately Zoom has taken a measure, they've encrypted, they put protection, they enabled waiting room, they made it password control. So this is just an example, right? So let us know how to protect. Okay. So let me get into the session. Inshallah, I'll try to finish within another 20 minutes. Now.